What's going on, ballers? It's Jack here, back for another edition of Talking Ball. And today's prospect is Zhaire Smith, the freshman wing from Texas Tech. Now, Zhaire Smith was a guy who's not on a lot of NBA draft radars at the beginning of the season. In fact, I would go as far as to say he wasn't really on any. He wasn't a top 100 recruit. He wasn't even a top 200 recruit on many sites, and now he's in position to go in the back half of the lottery. So, for one, his defense definitely gets him in that conversation. And we're going to look here at him guarding Chris Chiozza out on the perimeter of Florida here. And, the one thing that makes Zhaire Smith so special on defense is he guarded point guards, he guarded centers, he guarded wings. It didn't matter. Whoever was the toughest assignment for Texas Tech, Zhaire Smith covered. He's got great feet. He moves laterally very well as very good hands. He's able to poke out the ball, get steals and deflections for his team, and create run-out opportunities. Now, in addition, that's all great, but what can you do in terms of the team concept? I think if you watched that last play, you saw him switch onto his man, rotate over, and help out. And here, one of my favorite things is here it looks like he's beat, and as you see right here, he still is able to recover for the shot block, and Texas Tech ends up with the basketball. Now, Zhaire Smith is also a very good shot blocker. He averaged over 1 steal and 1 shot block a game last season, and as you can see here, his athleticism really enables him to elevate and challenge the ball after the opposing player has they've shot the ball. Now, Zhaire Smith is also a very good rebounder. He averaged 5 rebounds a game. About 3 of those were on the defensive end of the court, and that we'll get to later as it shows he's a very good offensive rebounder. But defensively, he elevates, he high points the basketball, and he grabs it with 2 hands. And for a wing, 5 rebounds a game, especially as a freshman, is a very solid number and indicative of him being a capable NBA rebounder, especially with that 44-inch plus vertical. Now, his playmaking was an area where I felt he didn't get enough due. He knows where he wants the ball to go. He's got a very good feel for the game and finds open players consistently. 2 assists a game last season for Texas Tech, and he did so in a role where he was off the ball a lot. He does a very good job using this pump fake to create openings for his players and then find the open man. And he really does a good job using that pump fake pass to really get the defenders to move and find that open man, as I said. In addition, you can see here he passes well out from the paint, but also off the drive. He did a very good job of driving and kicking, finding his teammates for open dunks near the paint. I thought that was something that surprised me when I was watching Zhaire's tape, how consistently he was able to do this. Even though, he's not known as a playmaker, I think this is a skill that is going to really help him out at the next level because his shooting is so-so. Now, he did shoot over 40% from 3 last season, and so some people are going to question this, but he still needs work. The release needs to be a bit higher, a little bit quicker. It takes him too long to really set it up sometimes. As you see there, he gets the shot off clean, but the NBA level, it's going to be a little more difficult. Now, if you see on the pull-up right there, it's a little better, but the area where he really doesn't have the skill yet is shooting off the dribble, and specifically 3 or more dribbles. 2 dribbles or less, he's okay. He has a very nice pull-up jumper right here by the free throw line, elbow jumper right there where he likes to fade back, especially when he is a mismatch. As you see here in this game against South Carolina, against the big man, he really likes that fadeaway jump shot right there. It still needs to become more consistent, but it's a skill that Zhaire has, but it's going to be an area where it's going to be definitely a weakness at the next level. Now, offensive rebounding is not one of those areas. He's a very strong offensive rebounder. He's able to get the ball, score, and elevate over taller defenders in the interior to get lay-ins around the basket, dunks, what have you. And Zhaire Smith also does a very good job getting offensive rebounds and kicking it out back to open teammates as well. But here, 45-inch vertical, you can see the special athleticism that Zhaire has. Driving ability, He's a very good straight line driver right now because of his athleticism, but at the same time, he doesn't have many moves off of his drives. He's very much, he's going to go in that straight line. He's going to get to the basket, and, he doesn't have a floater to really go to if that doesn't work. He doesn't have, a real left-handed finish as well. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done. But you do appreciate his tenacity, the ability to go straight to the basket and finish with authority, finish with aggression. I do appreciate that aspect of his game. Now, off-ball movement is something that I really like about Zhaire. He likes to set a lot of screens off-ball, especially for shooters, back screens, and try to get his teammates open. He also does this to get himself open. He's a very good off-ball cutter, and that's going to serve him well at the next level when he's not going to be known for his shooting. So, as we get here closer to the end of this video, couple of things about Zhaire at the next level. One, I think his best team fit is going to be a team where he's able to get out and run more consistently, especially because his jump shot's going to need work in the early stages of his career. So therefore, it is also best for him to be on a team with good shooting, so teams won't be able to cue in on him as much, and it will give him more lanes to cut off the basketball. In addition, I don't usually do NBA comparisons, but one guy who just came up for me pretty consistently with Zhaire was Andre Iguodala, who, after I went back and watched his Arizona tape, they even have very similar freshman year numbers, although Zhaire hit more of his threes his freshman year, so it's a little better indicator for Zhaire. Iguodala he's bigger, a little more refined defensively as well, and so it's an interesting comparison there. I also think Marcus Smart isn't too far off the gambit for Zhaire. But with that being said, guys, let me know what you think about Zhaire. Where do you think he will go in this year's NBA draft? And finally, what did you think of this video? What other prospects do you want to see me profile? I think Zhaire has a really realistic chance to go in the back half of the lottery. If not, I do expect him to go before pick number 20. That's it for me, guys. I'm out. Peace.